Hi everyone, this is Lomi and today I'm sharing a face-up I did for my SID Claude. The poor guy has never had a good face-up. It seems like something always goes wrong, or it doesn't turn out the way I want. I seal the doll 3 times, then start painting eyelashes. He has a few problems, like a crack in his left eyelid and some staining between his lips. There's not much I can do for the crack right now without tackling some modifications or repair, but hopefully it'll show less once he has some eyelashes and eyes in. Since he wears a blonde wig, I'm using shades of brown for his eyelashes and eyebrows. Since the last face-up I did for him ended up darker than I wanted, I'm going to try leaving out some painted details this time. I won't be adding any paint to darken the line between his lips, and I won't paint the eyelid crease. Hopefully using blushing alone will help give him a softer, younger look. We'll see what happens. Eyebrows are one thing I've always struggled with on him. He has a really strongly defined brow ridge, and straying from it at all looks weird, but putting the brow right on it tends to make him look cocky. I'd rather he have a gentle expression, but I think I need to bring the shape a little lower on the inside corner to keep it normal. After I strike a good balance, it's time to start blushing. No pinks for Vahn. I'll do all his blushing with peaches and browns. I tend to be heavy-handed with pastels, which is one of the reasons brands like Schmink and Rembrandt don't work well for me in face-ups. The chalkier a pastel is, the easier it is for me to move it around on the surface. For his eyebrows, I mixed together some different shades of brown and gold pastel to get a bit of a yellow tone for blushing. This should let it work better with his wig. Since I hand-painted a color match over the modifications on his ears, I give that area a little extra attention to be sure the blushing covers any difference between the paint and the resin. I think I do 5 or 6 layers of blushing in all. I put just a hint of pink in the corners of his eyes and along the waterline. I think his eyes look much softer without the eyelid crease being painted. The nice thing about a basic face-up like this is I can always go back and add to it if I change my mind later. When I add the white lines to his lips, I put a little pastel directly over the white to soften the look. A little more brown on his brows and lashes, then the last coat of sealant goes on. This doll's curse certainly held because my can of sealant clogged and sputtered right as I put the last coat on, so the last layer of pastel is a tiny bit blotchy. It frosted as well, but I was able to remove most of the frost and blotchy discoloration by scrubbing his face with a magic eraser and then sealing again with a fresh can of paint. His lips suffered the most frosting, but after I put gloss on it doesn't show. There are a few small spots on the left side of his face I wasn't able to fix, but since the weather here is so unpredictable, I can't paint dolls often, so he'll be staying like this for a while. That's all for this time. Thank you for joining me again. Bye.